Okay guys, welcome to another All Things Tennis racket review. Today we're going to be directly comparing the Aero 98 versus the Pure Drive 98, okay? Two of Babolat's most popular frames, definitely in the Pure Drive and Pure Aero models, but we're going to be looking at specifically the 98 versions, okay? A quick spec check for you. So the 98 Aero, you've got the 98-inch head size, but a 1620 pattern in this one, versus the Pure Drive 98, you've got the 1619 pattern, okay? Both rackets, if you buy them from match pairs from All Things Tennis, will come within a gram of each other, and they are 305 grams unstrung. Okay, seeing as it's in your hand first, let's talk about Groundstrokes and compare the two from the back.
Yeah, I think just simply this one gives a little bit more power. Like you said, this is denser, so it's a little bit more compact, so you get a bit more control. I personally enjoyed using these with the Groundstrokes because it just flew, and I quite like that. But if you're after a bit more control, I think that's a smart choice. Yeah,
so Sahej mentioned the extra free power he's getting from the Pure Drive. Makes sense. The Pure Drive, as a standard 100-inch model, is the more powerful frame. This one, keeping it 1619, you've obviously got that extra free power compared to its 1620. What do you think in terms of spin production? You use a lot of topspin on your Groundstrokes. Was one better than the other in terms of spin?
Yeah, I think the Aero, the way it's shaped, it kind of is designed a bit more for spin and a bit more of a heavier hit. So I think the Aero can definitely produce a lot of spin.
And then when you're hitting flatter, you prefer this one, the Pure Drive flattening out?
Yeah, I think there's you can get nice easy weight behind this ball, and the racket gives you a solid hit and easy to swing through. Okay,
so let's move forward. Let's talk about slicing, touch shots. Which one did you prefer in terms of that element of your game?
I think maybe the Aero because of the tighter string pattern, more crosses, a little bit more control, a bit more stability on the touch shots and the field shots which you need. So yeah, maybe the Aero.
Okay, then moving forward, would you consider yourself, do you get into the net a lot when you're playing?
I do, yeah.
So which one, you've hit a great approach shot, putting away a volley, which one would you rather take?
Put away a volley, the Pure Drive. Mm-hmm. Drop shots, maybe the Aero.
Okay, maybe that little bit more feel, the Aero. All right, match point, biggest point of your life. Serve, where are you going firstly?
Oh, I can't.
Juice court.
Oh, I'm gonna give away my answers. Okay, you can give my secrets.
Yeah.
I'm going wide.
Wide. So all of Sahej's players that he might be competing at, he's going wide. Okay, guys, he's going wide. Stand really wide. Get in his head. Okay, so you're going wide. Which racket are you pulling out the bag to hit it with?
Yeah.
And why
I'm
is
switching.
that?
I just feel like it just gives that extra 2% on the power, and I feel I can finish the point with two shots because probably my serve's coming back, but that's fine because I've got the forehand to back it up.
Nice one. Okay, so he's going for the Pure Drive in terms of the serve. So let's talk about an overall then, Sahej. What kind of players do these suit? Obviously, they're both spin-friendly rackets. The 98, you get that extra control. Spec-wise, they're very similar, and the weight's 305. But what is the distinguishable difference between the two?
I think 1620, and this is 1619. I feel like this is a little bit more open, so you get a little bit more natural power, whereas you get a bit more spin with this, a bit more control. You can really feel the ball. So I think if you want a little bit more power, go for this 98, and if you want a bit more comfort and control, I think go for the Aero.
And do you think it even resonates in terms of how a player's hitting the ball? So you mentioned this one was easy to hit flatter.
Yeah.
This one, I really think this suits that someone with maybe a more Western grip.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all they're looking for with heavy spin. So you reckon there's elements of that as well?
Definitely, 100% agree. That's a really good point. I think if you generally, your technique kind of suits spin, I think you'll get a lot of joy out of this. Whereas if you have a bit more of a flatter hit, it's not as aerodynamically designed as the Aero, so it would just be more of a heavier ball, and this definitely suits the flatter hit, and that suits the spin.
Okay, so overall you've got these two to choose from. You've got a match of your life. Which one are you taking?
Depends surface. A lot of elements come into it, but maybe this match of my life. I want to be in more control and not such a lottery racket. I think that's a bit harsh calling it a lottery racket, but a bit more, unpredictable, a little bit more unpredictable than what this consistent string pattern and the 98 head size gives. So
if you were to pick one out of the two, say I'm only letting you use a 98 now, you forget your 100 pluses, wave goodbye to them, which one are you taking?
Just all time for not most important match.
Yeah.
I would use this because I
Okay.
feel like I could get used to this. But most important match, I would use that because the control, and I don't want to be unpredictable with this.
Okay, there you go. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I think what really shows us these two are great rackets. They're very difficult to kind of distinguish which one you'd rather use going forward. But the take home is that if you're a slightly flatter player, the Pure Drive does offer that more penetrating ball. You know, you can flatten out your shots a little bit more. If you've got a bit more of an extreme grip, heavy topspin player that relies on topspin as your main element of your game, that's the Aero VS. And like Sahej makes a good point, the 1619 compares to the 1620. If you want that extra little bit of power, you want the Pure Drive 98 versus just about control really for me, which is interesting to say with an Aero in your hand, but really this is a control orientated racket as the main focus. The good thing about it, they're both available to demo. So that's the thing about all these reviews. There is an element of subjectivity to it. We try and provide you at All Things Tennis the most unbiased review that we can, but it's about you guys hitting the courts and letting us know in the comment section below which one you preferred and why. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Please now hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we can get rackets like this to you earlier than they're even created. We're going to get them so early for you if you get them liked and subscribed. So thanks for watching to the end of the video.